All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming with a message here and hope that you can hear me. And this message, um, it's over. This morning, I woke up and I just feeling so refreshed. I then began to look on my phone and just, there it was. So many things being said. And the blessing is when the Holy Spirit lives in you and prepare you in a way that not only do you use the tools in which he has implanted in you through himself and the tools he has given you to complete the mission itself. I sit back and this morning I was laying back and I was so grateful. I mean, really grateful. Had no idea of I did not know. But the good part is about it, the good part about it is the Spirit was telling me, you knew, you knew, you always knew, you always talked about it, regarding it. Then I began to feel good listening to something so bad. Isn't that deep? It's because the Holy Spirit was assuring me that Deborah, you knew. Ooh, we just that feeling of comfort that don't be out of whack because of what you're hearing, Deborah, because you knew. And as I began to think about that voice saying it to me, I began to have a little joy in me to just to know that this is what you've been telling people. This is what you've been saying. But what it said that really got me is this is what no one listened to. Even though you said it, but this is what they listen not to. So just assuring me that I think about that and I think about, okay, Father, so I am about my Father's business because I'm giving you the insight of what is actually taking place and what has taken place and what the purpose of what they're doing is and how it's going to affect you. So I began to just really get into it. Every video, every video that popped up that I strolled on down, it was another one and another one and another one. Then I went over to TikTok. There it was. It was telling me things that I know, that I knew, and I know that I spoke about too many times. But the potent thing about it is people, you don't even know what you're about to walk into. Matter of fact, you don't even know what has walked in you. You have no idea about what they are doing and what they have done to you. Yes, to you. And I think about that. I lay there and I just thought, Father, thank you for that comfort, that feeling of assurance that you always been Deborah speaking it. And just because they don't listen, it go in one ear and out the next. After the while, they hear 1 minute and they gone. Let them be who they are because that's who they been before the foundation of the world. So what he was showing me is that even though all that you see, it got you heated, relax. These are things you have spoken of. These are things you have covered. And it's not just you, Deborah. The same people that's telling them now, there have been people telling them then. But as that message I had yesterday is, people love darkness. They only want to hear the message that's soothing to their flesh. Someone texted me that had followed me a long time ago, and this individual had said, uh, 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 "You said this once before. You said this once before. You've been saying it." The ignorance in the individual. How did it affect you? You see, because the whole ideal is not to stop saying things, but keep putting that light out. See, people thinking that you're supposed to be talking and be about that darkness. That means supplying them with the news and the dirt in the world. But they have no idea, none whatsoever, what this country has set up for them. That's so bad. It's all in your body already. Mm, 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 mm. You know when you took a flu shot? Mm, 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 mm. I remember them hiring me, and then they come telling me later on, I need a flu shot. I'm not getting no flu shot. You see? But out times, I did do a stress test. I don't know if you all ever did a stress test where they put you on a machine and you run real fast, and they monitor your heart and your body and everything. And I remember a Jewish young man on the left side of me, and they had an IV hooked up to me. He shot something in my IV, and I never questioned what it was. You see, but then the Father was revealing to me. I thought of that today. The Holy Spirit is so awesome. I'm gonna show you how awesome the Holy Spirit is. The Holy Spirit will bring things back to your remembrance. That's how beautiful. That's how powerful this gift of the Spirit is. He will bring things back to your remembrance, because all these videos I'm seeing, I'm like saying, but Father, that I think that Jewish young man shot something in my IV. Could have been. He said, Deborah, do you not know that when you are my light, you are my seed? These things in which the world has to harm the people in the world cannot harm you. That's what that statement was for. It wasn't for people to go out here and take poison and drink poison just to prove that poison don't harm them. No, because it will. I'm speaking of, if you were to drink poison, it shall not harm you. It's talking about unknowingly, okay? Unknowingly take anything in your body by you being the seed of the Spirit, the one that He predestined, ordained, and foreknew. It shall not harm you. Because how can someone put something so evil in me and the Holy Spirit is residing therein? It ain't gonna harm you, because I got you. Okay? So he brought that up to me, to my remembrance, as I'm scrolling through all these videos. And the videos are people talking about all this stuff that I knew about. But it was hurting me so bad that I got all these children, I got all this big family and all this, and they don't know none of this. And then the Father I felt so sad, and the comfort went to telling me, but Deborah, this is what you've been teaching. This is what you've been telling them. And it didn't really ease the hurt until He assured me you were doing what you're supposed to do. You was giving them exactly what these people still trying to give them today. And they still refusing to hear. So I'm so sure that many of you all out there, even at the sound of Sister Deborah's voice, you got a lot of what you call nappy-headed or red-headed people, okay, that have no idea of what's taking place, and they would come to your page and they would try to say words because nobody else would let them say anything on their page. So they would come on this page. But let me get off of that. I just thought to say that because I'm not looking directly to the live at all. But I would say this: the hurt and the pain of hearing other people say what I've been saying, the hurt, it just like it was like a different hurt. And then the Holy Spirit assured me, but it's the same thing you've been saying, Deborah. And what made me feel good is he wanted me to understand you knew. You knew all the time. But even that didn't help me. It didn't make me feel good that I knew. And then I got all these family members and friends and people that I know that don't know. Y'all, you truly gonna get left behind. I don't care if you Judah. I don't care if you Gentiles, heathen. All of these things that's happening, there was a reason why he told Satan to leave the light on. That those that are walking in the light may see things clearer than the people in this world. And that's exactly the person that I am. I can see straight through. Nothing that anything, the war, everything they doing, I can see straight through it. And just because I'm on this Devo platform sharing it, and I know that I'm sharing it to a majority brick wall, and it doesn't matter. You are the light that cannot be hidden. You can't hide nowhere, Deborah. You're the light. You're bringing the light out of the midst of darkness, whether they hear it or not. I mean, they nailed everything, and I was like first scared and frightened for not even myself. I wasn't afraid for myself. I was afraid for all these children and all these family members and friends that don't know. But if you really think, if you spoke and people are not listening, the reason why they're not listening because they're of the dark. Whether it's your children, whether it's your family. Because here it is before you, Deborah. These people, you done looked at 15 videos and all of them are saying what you've already talked about. And then he shared with me, do you know why people won't listen to you? You know why? They're not going to take heed. And it's in my family, let me explain something to you all. You know why they don't listen to me? They're afraid of the words itself that I put out. They're afraid of the words that Sister Deborah put out. Let me give you an example. When I can come in the midst of them, let's say they're going to have my mother a birthday party, and I go in the midst of them. You can see the vibes. You can feel the vibes of fear. Of fear. It is not like I speak to them in a way of ministering and pouring out spirit and truth to them. It's the fear of the spirit. See, the Father already done told us the battle is not in the flesh, it's in the spirit. And that's what 99.9 of you all get on all these devil platforms thinking you learning something and you ain't learning crap. Because if you don't learn what's in the spirit realm, you don't know a rat's behind from your own. How about that? How about that? See, you don't know the difference between a rat's behind and your own. Because the battle is in the spirit. They're not afraid of Sister Deborah in the flesh. They know that you're holding something in the spirit. And their spirit afraid of what your spirit is holding. Do you want to go around that environment? No, because you don't want people on pin needles like that. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And then the spirit was talking to me also about anybody that has a level of fear to where they don't want to hear truth because they are afraid of truth. Do you all know most males are afraid to hear truth? Oh yeah. Many females are too, but most males are afraid of truth. It's a fear in them. There is a fear in individuals regarding truth. They don't want to hear truth because they're afraid of it. And truth is that part that's in the spirit realm that they would try to get away from because they're afraid of it. It makes them uncomfortable. It makes them tremble in a sense. So, when you have those type of people, you have to also forgive them because it's their spirit that's frightening or afraid. Their spirit is afraid of the words in which you speak. Even when people get on this platform, those that speak are those that speaking because they are in the dark. They live in it, they sleep in it, they eat in it, they read in it, they understand in it. This is their emotions is caught up in it. They're in darkness. And when you start to speak something that carries light, they can't handle it. So they mouth of their flesh, which is that dark side of them, begin to speak because he can't handle anything that has to do with the light. That's why you can sit up and listen to all these people on these platforms tell you about dreams and visions and all this other stuff. But what happens? You comfortable because they teaching you dark stuff. People are so content with dark stuff to where when you're trying to bring in light, they can't handle that. They can't handle light, but they can handle darkness. Easy. They're comfortable with darkness because they step into their lane. Okay? So what I learned this morning after watching all these videos, you know why I got so upset and afraid where the comforter had to comfort me this morning? It's because it was all so real. It was all so real. And then I say, I'm going to see if my son can set this up so all these videos can be shown on one of my lives. And the spirit said, it's no need you showing them. He said, don't show them. And I was like, oh, but then, he said, but Deborah, where the people are today is where they need to be. They need to be right where they are because where they are is where they're going. Okay? Okay? And where they come from. So therefore, where people are today is where they glued to. And I said, but they don't know this, they don't know this. Father, hey, the type of comfort that poured up in me this morning made me get up and do what I have to do and keep it going. Because it's over. And I know I've said that. I can say it a million times. And it will bounce off the brick wall and it will go over your head and it wouldn't mean anything. So this is what the Father is saying. Now, everything you said, now you're hearing it. What do you think? I said, Father, it's really happening right now. Yes, it's been happening, Deborah. But Father, the people, you worried about the people being, and this is the first, being so ignorant. You worried about the people being so blind. You worried about the people being so lost, and you wonder, how can this country be so lost? How could they be so blind in what this country is doing? How could they be this way? They're connecting everything. Everything that has happened, you guys, that is happening has its purpose. I sit back and I think about my youngest son. He would brush his teeth and he would gargle with mouthwash, and he might do it 2-3 times a day. And in me, it irks me because I've told him that no matter how many times you brush your teeth, and no matter how many times you use this mouthwash, what's in the toothpaste and in the mouthwash is worse than a cavity itself. because it's going through your system. You're trying to brush your teeth, and it's more sugar even in the toothpaste. It's more chemicals in the toothpaste. And the mouthwash kills off your needed bacteria for your body. You see, not understanding that, wait a minute, you was created a certain way, and every time you use what the world gives you to make it better for you, it's this country that got created it to kill you from the inside. You see, and people are wondering why they're the way that they are, what they're going through. Even when you think of migraine headaches, when you think of diabetes, high blood pressure, when you think of everything, it all has to do with what they created to put in your body. You see, it wasn't that you came to the earth like that. It's what they have created for you to put in your body. And people saying, no, I want to eat. I want to do this. I want to do that. Even the bottled water. I was in 2081. I was in San Diego, California, where I was staying. And I remember when they came out with bottled water, I was like, no, it's something wrong with this. As a young person, I already had a sharp spiritual mind. Y'all, it's not a natural mind. I had a sharp spiritual mind that always put forth what was in the dark, so I would be aware of any and everything. So I already knew that bottled water, and that's something I never buy. I don't deal with bottled water. But I tell you what I have done for many years, even the water out of my faucet, I boil. I've been doing that for many years. If they let you use water and they charge you for something that's really free, you have to be able to see the conniving in them. See, and that's what these people, everybody don't see. They don't see the conniving that's within. These people are so sick. They don't see the conniving that's in the country that's ruling them. They don't see nothing, but they will look at Sister Deborah and find something I'm saying, something I'm speaking, and have a word to say. But you don't say nothing to those who've been poisoning your tail since your mother brought you, birthed you, took your rights. Was signing your birthright. You see, they've been after you since you came out of your mother's womb. They've been after your mother since she came out of her mother's womb. They've been after us for quite a long time. And with me, I don't care what nobody say. Like the Father have told me over and over. You've been teaching it, Deborah. You've been preaching it. You don't think I see them parables you set up? When the Father tell me that, I know I'm on the right track. Even if the whole world go left, I'm going right. How about that? You can take your tail left. I'm going right. I'm going to go in the opposite direction of the multitude. Always. Always. Because it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. Everything that even he wants you to study or allow you to study, it lines up in two ways. You either go one way or the other. Everything on the earth, he set it up in two ways. You either go one way or the other. But you notice that people go the way of their flesh. They feel that because that's all they know about. They only know the way of the flesh. They only desire the ways of the flesh. They only think the ways of the flesh. They only feel the way of the flesh. Flesh is their bestest friend, not even understanding that flesh is your worst enemy because it don't have anything eternal. How can dirt be your bestest friend? I know you got a dog, a blood licker, flesh eater, and this is another way you all don't understand all the bio, not bio, but the chemicals and the germs that comes from an animal And they got you all thinking that's, you got them in your bed, you got them in your tub, you got them in your everything. This animal can also bring things into your household. They got them licking them in the mouth, licking their hands, all kind of things because they want to humanize. This is how sick the flesh is. So when you think about all the things that people are doing today, and I'm sitting here feeling sad and hurt and sorry for what the Father is letting me see. And I'm like saying, but this is all the stuff. They don't listen. And and the Father had to wipe it all away. He said, Deborah, you always spoke this. You said this too many times. You talk about this. So what he's saying is, you being washed away for being where everybody else decided to be in. You're being washed away. But they can't, and it bothers me that people can't really observe, because they would invest everything they have into all the wrong things. They would invest everything into their flesh and won't invest nothing into the spirit. Nothing. Not knowing that the spirit is what's going to lead you to your eternal, people. What is it that they don't, is what they don't want to know, that they don't care. Because when people don't care and they don't want to know, it's because they dead already. They just walking on the earth ready to die. And when they leave this old world, their spirit is waiting to be judged to send to where it's going. And if the spirit, your own spirit on this earth, didn't do anything to represent the spirit realm, that's it for you. It's where you get your joy right now. And if you think this world is giving you joy, you's a fool. I just cannot believe all of these videos that these people are breaking it down. And the good thing about it, they're breaking this stuff down so to where a 5-year-old can get it. And just because people are not listening and people are not hearing and taking heed to it, you're all going to fall in the same hole. You're going to fall in it. This is it. See, when Michael Jackson said they labeled this is it, that was the elites telling him, this is it for you. You out of here. See, y'all didn't catch that, did you? Y'all thought that was a label that Michael Jackson chose. No, that was the label that they chose for him. They letting him know this is it. He knew what time it was. Even in his drug state of mind, he knew that was it. Guess who else knew it? His family. His family knew it. They knew the elites had put a boundary on his head. They knew it. They knew it. But that's how powerful it is to know truth. I even told the Father it ain't been a couple of months, that it's to know truth is so powerful and sad. Is it good that they know truth, Father? That's dangerous to say to a creator. That's dangerous to say to a creator. But I said it because that's the way I was going through it. To know truth is, like Solomon said, great sorrow. It really is. Because you got to stand in the midst of all the stupidity and the blindness and the ignorance and the dark with all this light, and watch darkness be darkness and happy about it. Oh my goodness. I was on my phone this morning, and I think I uploaded 15 videos. And I'm going to talk about it at 7 p.m. Central Time today. I'm going to not show you their video. I don't think I would do that. But I would cover their videos and what they were talking about. And I'm going to talk about, again, about things that they're saying that was said, like the Father assured me that you've been saying that, Deborah. You said that. You spoke that already. And I'm aware of understanding that like that from the Holy Spirit from within, but it doesn't erase the fact that I'm still yet flesh, okay? And I still feel the sadness that even those that are dark, those that are brick walls and thinking they smarter than smart because they standing up in the corner, they think they wise. They don't even care. They don't even, no, I ain't gonna say they don't care, because there's nothing in them to teach them what care means or what care is about, because they so caught up in, and many of you all, you so caught up in flesh, in the flesh type of way, that don't understand nothing spirit. When people are caught up in their flesh, it's because they don't have no idea what the spirit is. That's a sad thing, to come into this earth and not know that you have a spirit. You have a spirit that's an image, like unto the Father, a spirit. And in that spirit, it holds truth and it holds the breath. And you have no idea, none whatsoever, of where you stand in your spirit. Why? Because you so into wanting to know about your flesh. You so wanting to fulfill the desires of your flesh and to get the things of your flesh fulfilled, so you could care less. You could care less about the realm of your spirit. And that holds the true destiny of your eternal. So today at 7 p.m. Central Time, I will be back and I will be covering those videos that I uploaded. And I want to just give you all a little more about what has actually taken place. And can you change it? Can you do something about it? Nope. Nope. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. It's over. It's finished. So I, Sister Deborah, have to now turn this here transportation over to these people and watch them probably lie again. So I, Sister Deborah, will be back again. Shalom and shalom.